What is going on, guys? How are we all doing? Back today with another little hardware review, and today we are taking a look at this. It is the Aspire Tigon AIO with a little 1300 milliamp battery, and it is just a little pocket friendly beast. So what we're going to do in today's video, we're going to drop it down to the table. We are going to do a little unboxing. We are going to go through a little bit through the packaging, a little bit through what comes inside the kit and the actual kit itself, including how to change your coils and how to prime them if you don't know how to prime them. So without further ado, I'll see you all on the table camera in just a little second. Oh, what is going on, guys? How are we all doing? So we're going to be having a look today at the Aspire Tigon AIO. I'm going to have a very quick look around the packaging and how this comes to you brand new. Because it is brand new and I haven't actually tried it yet, I'm just doing this bit now. So yeah, it's usual kind of stuff that you would expect. Tells you what's inside this kit. Well, it doesn't there because you can't see it. A little bit of Aspire on the top, little picture there. And then this new kind of packaging, which we're going to see quite a lot of from now on, I think. We've got the actual mod, which is heavy. It is really, really, really heavy, to be honest with you. Let's see what else we got in here. Warranty card. We got an instruction card in about 8 million different languages. We get a micro USB Type-C cable. And we get a 0.7 ohm Aspire Tigon Mesh coil. And as you can see, that's got the blue wraps on it. And we also get a 0.4 round wire coil, which is rated at 22 to 28 watts. And that's got black bands, as you can see. So they both are compatible with the Tigon and also with the Moolers, the Aspire Moolers that I put up in the last week or so. So we'll have a little look around the actual kit. We've got this big bulbous mouthpiece here, which has got quite a good locking system. You've got to give it a little twist and then you've got to give it a pull to get it out. Bottom of this, you do get your fill port here. You also get a big, nicely machined chamber for your coil to sit in, and you get these two locks just on here. And that's pretty much, and it looks like you get a giant bung on the inside there, which you'll more than likely be able to pop out if you do wish. Or you can buy a bigger tank on the internet, more than likely. That is going to be 2 milliliter for TPD. Now that's a bit weird. The actual sit down section of this, and it's quite dirty actually as well. I feel like Jay Hayes here. It's quite dirty. It's got a couple of marks on there. Considering this is brand new, I've only just opened the packaging on it. But yeah, you get this little cutout here, little locking system, and then you get your coil mount for there. So it's another all-in-one kit. You get a big button just on the front, and that is your volume button, well, your power button. It's got a good bit of resistance to it, that's ridiculous. So I'll let you know in about a week's time when I do all my FaceTime stuff if that loosens down a little bit, because that is very stiff. It is very good for not going to be able to get moved in your pocket or anything like that. You've got this big clicky fire button, nice and round, and there's a nice bit of green on there as well, I've just noticed. I thought that was black, but it's green, like carbon fibre. And as you can probably see already, it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. You've got a Aspire down there at the bottom. On the actual base, you've got your normal C and an E, and you don't vape in a bin. On the side, you've got nothing. On the back, you've got Tigon AIO, and on the back, you've got the other side of the charging port. I don't know why that's there. I don't know why they couldn't have covered that up or put another little knob on that side. You never know. USB Type-C for charging on the side there. So yeah, that's pretty much everything with this. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid And I'm going to set this up and I'm going to have a little vape on it. So if you don't know how to prime a coil, some of you don't, some of you might do. I'm going to show you how to do that now. All you want to do, you grab your e-liquid and you want to put a couple of drops down the middle. Make sure that's nicely saturated. And then all these little loops here, and put a little bit of liquid on all these exposed bits of cotton. Then slot that into there like so. Push fit, which is always good to see. Then you screw that. Then you fill it up. Release that tab there and fill up your e-liquid. Piece it on. It's a bit of a funny one that you'll have to get used to that, I think, because I'm not used to it yet. There we are. Place that on. Then it is going to be 5 clicks, 3 clicks, and then 5 clicks to turn it on, and you are good to go. Oh, that's a bit good. So that's been a bit of the Aspire Tigon AIO, and I'll see you all in about a week's time when I do my FaceTime camera section and tell you the pros and cons. So I'll see you all in a bit, guys. Bye. Welcome back up top, guys. Welcome back up top. Hope you all enjoyed that. So, the Aspire Tigon. Start off at build quality first. The actual build quality is solid. The battery weighs an absolute ton. It's not obscenely heavy, but it's enough to know that you've got a decent weight in your hand. Today's one little thing. I think I mentioned it in the table camera section, but if I didn't, the actual points, the locking mechanism to keep the tank secured to the battery, I do think they are a little bit weak, because don't know if you can see that on the camera, but mine is currently sellotaped together because one of the points is broke on it. So we'll be getting a new one of them as soon as possible, because this kit's boss. But build quality altogether, I really like. I also said in the table camera section that little knob on the front, I thought that might have been a power button, but it's not. It's actually an airflow controller. It's what happens when you do the table camera section straight out of the box. Hold my hands up. It's why you need to do a little bit of time on your reviews before you release them, because things like that happen. But yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with this device. I do think the build quality, minus the little clips, but I do think they can be improved with very little effort. But the button is really, really clicky. It's really responsive. The airflow controller is silky smooth. It's got a nice little bit of resistance to it. At first, when I very first got it, it was really stiff, but after using it a little bit, it is a hell of a lot better. But it's sound. To be honest with you, it's proper sound. Battery life on this thing is absolutely amazing, to be honest with you. I get a solid day, a day and a half out of it. And I get most of the day before the even little light on the front there. You can't even see that. But before the little light on the front even starts going orange, it's a little like traffic light system kind of thing. So it starts off on blue, it goes down to orange, and goes down to red, and gives you a little bit of your battery indicator. But the flavour and the coil life, the actual coils on this Aspire Tigon coils, apart from the Mulus and maybe a kit, maybe just the Tigon tank I had to go off a while ago, but overall the coil life is amazing. I've still got my first coil in it. This has been in here for like nearly a week and a half, nearly 2 weeks in fact. I've still got the first coil in it, and I've been using the other coil, the other Tigon coil in the Mulus, and it's also a coil that I've used quite a lot of in the Mulus, and I have had a little go over in this just to see if there's any difference with it. But the 0.6 ohm, I think it is, I don't know. Where's my Mulus?
I don't even know where my mulus is. But yeah, the actual coils are absolutely brilliant. The flavour is stellar. This is the mesh coil in there, and this is with the airflow completely closed over. Satisfying amount of vape, and I'll have a little go over it with the airflow completely wide open. It's ridiculous. And just for it, I'll have a little go over it, slap bang in the middle. Cloud production, nothing to complain. That flavour, as I said, in the time that I've had this device, I've done like 30 ml of nasty juice. I've done 2 bottles of Riot Squad, and I have done a bottle of Doozy, and I've currently got Zeus Juice, the Black Reloaded in this. So all pretty sweet liquids, quite known to be coil killer liquids. Coils are still going absolutely strong. I'm still getting shit tons of flavour out of this. It's a nice quiet device. It's not really the most stealthy just because of the amount of vapour that it uses, but it is enough just to hold on your hand. I don't know if you go to the footy or if you go to anywhere, or even if you go to the pub, it is good to have on you. Even if you do have to go outside to vape it, it is a little pocket friendly thing that's not going to let you down, apart from the clips. I really like the fact that it has got a USB-C, because it is just a little bit faster in the charging rather than the actual micro USB. USB-C does seem to be a lot more apparent with all of the later releases of devices. The last 3 reviews that I've done, the Dovpo MVV2, that's got a USB-C. The Aspire Mulus, that's got a USB-C. And then now the Aspire Tigon also got a USB-C in the actual kit, which is, it's just keeping ahead with the times, in it, really. Overall, pros and cons. Pros, the flavour is absolutely awesome. The coil life is absolutely awesome. And the actual battery life is, it's ridiculous. A 1300 milliamp battery in a tiny little pod system. Absolutely boss. The button, it's really nicely placed. And at first I didn't like the airflow controller on at all, but after getting used to it, like a week and a half I think I've had this now, the airflow controller is absolutely spot on. It's flawless, to be honest with you. Cons, the only con that I've noticed with this is what I've already said in this, and that the battery clip is a little bit awkward. It's not awkward. Yeah, let me just take this apart. So, the actual battery clips, I don't know if this is going to zoom in and focus in properly. It's about as close as we're going to get it, I think. But yeah, just 2 little clips, just one on this side, one on this side here. This one snapped on it. They are very short, they are very stubby, and they are plastic going into metal. So they are going to wear down a hell of a lot. The base of that could be metal going into metal. But I do like the actual feature of it, the way it just locks in and slides into place. But you do have that con of it snapping from time to time. Like I dropped it from maybe a foot high and it just completely snapped because there's a lot of pressure. Because this little pin inside here is spring loaded. So that's pushing up onto this, which is then pushing up onto the actual metal bit there, which is putting a lot of pressure on those 2 tiny little things. So that is a little bit of a pain, to be honest with you. But overall, that is the only negative point that I found with this kit. Everything else about it is absolutely spot on, to be honest with you. I do think they could improve it by, like, in my opinion, this kit is a NORD killer. It's going to absolutely decimate the NORD market when this comes out. It's spot on. But one thing that the NORD does have against this, the way that it actually fits in, I do think that the Tigon will be a hell of a lot better with maybe a system that is a little bit more like the NORD rather than the locking system. Either that, or if they update it, if you are listening to me, Aspire, if you update it and make that the actual clips a little bit more strengthened. If you just strengthen the little clips a little bit more, it will be a hell of a better kit, in my opinion. But you do have to take your hat off to Aspire for the innovation on the actual thing, because it is different from other kits that are available on the market. This should be getting released within the next week or so, if it hasn't already been released by the time I've made this video. And I am guessing, I've not seen any prices for them, but I am guessing these are going to be going around the £35 to £45 mark. Maybe even a little bit cheaper, but I will keep you updated on this. You'll probably be able to get some deals with, on the internet and stuff like that. But, as always, you should always support your local B&M shops because, like, do you know what I mean? We are the front line of vaping. Do you know what I mean? If you say to where you go, like, especially for newer starting people, support your B&Ms, guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, not just because I own a shop, like, but support your B&Ms. But yeah, overall, I really like this kit. It's compact, it's powerful, it's crazy flavourful, and the battery in it, it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And as I said before, the only con that I have got with this kit is the actual clip to keep the tank attached to the battery. But apart from that, absolutely smashing job. If I was going to rate this for a pod kit, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I really would give this a 9 out of 10. As I say, the flavour's amazing, the battery life's amazing. Pod thing, a little bit shit. But overall, it's an absolutely brilliant piece of kit. If I lost this, would I go out and buy one? Yeah, I really would. And to be honest with you, I can see myself selling a lot of these in our shop because they're solid. At the price point, I do think that it is going to be quite cheap, and Aspire are generally spot on with their price points. None of their kits are overly expensive or not worth what you pay for. And if you pay for a little bit more for an Aspire kit, you get them what you pay for. Obviously, they're not a proper high-end company. They are Chinese manufactured, they are Chinese produced, Shenzhen, EIG, you know the score. But it really does feel like a brilliant little kit. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. It's a little bit of a short and sweet review. Oh! In fact, let's do a few little clouds with this before I go. Stupidly good. Absolutely stupidly good. When you see this available, 20mg salts. When you do see this kit available, I do highly recommend that you go and buy it. Also, check out other people's reviews on this kit. Don't just take my word for it. Go and do your research and see whether it'll actually be up good for you. So there'll be a link in the bio to join our Facebook group, which is still quite up and coming. We've been doing it a couple of weeks now. It is boss. Come and get involved. Come and get involved. And that's pretty much everything from me, guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the review, give us a little thumbs up. If you don't like the review, give us a little thumbs down. If you want to comment on it or anything like that, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you in a bit.